Folks, I want to do a quick review of this line right here. This is VARIVAS Absolute Fluorocarbon, and this is the 3-pound version. I fished with it already last weekend. This line is different. This line is very different. I'm not even saying better, not even saying good, but I like different lines. Different lines offer different experience. And the reason I'm doing the video now is VARIVAS is offering this weekend very nice sale, if I may say so. It's 35% off, no questions asked, no stupid codes. You don't have to type nothing. It just, everything is 35% off. And if you apply 35% off to these VARIVAS lines, they become very reasonable and very competitive, even with more budget-friendly names. That's why I have some other lines here. After I'm done with the review, I'll give you some comments on these other lines. I also have some fishing. Watch the video to the end. I have a few fish catches with this line. I even mentioned in some of these fish catches how different this line feels. But okay, let's do the quick review. This fluorocarbon, folks, is extremely, I don't know if I'll be able to show you, is extremely hard and wiry. This line, folks, I don't know if you'll be able to see. This is some hard line. I always talk about VARIVAS monos, how soft they are, how quiet and easy they cast and go through the guides. If you're interested in soft VARIVAS mono, they're all soft. The monos are all soft. But this one here, the blue one, super soft, goddamn, it is super soft. This is the softest line I tried. This one here is also very soft, and you can see I bought a lot of these with my own money. This one here was a sample. This here I bought with my own money. By the way, let me mention, I never made a deal with VARIVAS, guys. I was offered a deal. I never made a deal. I don't get commission. I have never received commission, and I'm not getting any commissions from VARIVAS. I'm telling you, doing the review right now, and I'll put the other comments just because I really like VARIVAS lines, and this is a nice sale. Of course, you don't need any of these lines to catch a ton of crappie this fall. But this line here, extremely hard. I mean, it's like a wire. It's like a wire. And okay, is this good or bad? Is softer better than hard? Well, it depends on the application. So I would not use this line for float fishing, or I would not use this line for if you want very long distance casting. It casts fine, but first of all, this line, because it's so hard and it is a little bit thick also for this diameter, for 3-pound, it's kind of thick for 3-pound line. I can tell you I have rods that are rated for 3-pound line that will not cast this line. My exotic Japanese rods, the Beleza, the Abu Garcia Eradicator, those rods, the guides are too tiny. Even though this is 3-pound line, they will not cast it. They will, if you put heavy enough lure, they will cast it, but it's going to be like this nasty noise going through the guides. I put it on my St. Croix Legend Elite Panfish. I told you I love this rod because it has more normal guides. They're still very small, but they have a little bit of opening. 3-pound line on this rod, it's still, you can still hear the noise when it goes through the guides. It's just hard line. So is this good or bad? Folks, this because it is so dense and so hard, this is probably the most sensitive, not probably, I cannot think of any other line. This is the most sensitive line I have tried after this thing here. Now this thing, I'll talk about it later, but this is, I tried it 3 years ago, and as of right now, this is still the most sensitive line I have ever tried of any brand. It's not easy to fish this line. It's a big pain, but for maximum casting distance and maximum sensitivity, I have not found anything better than this. Yeah, this line, extremely sensitive. And on top of that, because it's so hard, I noticed it's always straight. No tangles, no curly ends, and because it's fluorocarbon, you don't need a leader. I mean, it's awesome to just tie a jig head. If you need sensitivity, or if you need for some application very hard line that doesn't kink and doesn't even twist because it's so hard, resist twisting, I recommend this line. I think an amazing application for this line would be drop shotting. Because if you've done drop shotting with ultralight, you know, oh my god, the line tends to kink from the first guide. Actually, for that very reason, for many reasons, all of my drop shot leaders are made of this very old spool of Cigar red label. It says 6 pound, but breaks at 4.5 pound. Its diameter, you can see, is very thick. The reason I use this line is because it is very hard and very wiry. It's not that strong, but hard and wiry. And for my drop shot, I want a line that doesn't kink, that stays straight. And I still, even today I fish drop shot, the leader, the top 3 feet are made of this because I want something hard that doesn't kink. If that's what you want, consider this as alternative. It doesn't go, I think, up to 4, 5, 6 pounds, but even at 3 pounds, very hard line. Wow, the video got out of hand as I expected, but let me very quickly go through all of these lines one more time in case you want to add something else to your shopping cart tomorrow. Like I said, this is, if you want to try what is a soft mono, try this line. You're not going to catch more fish, but you will be just, it will put a smile on your face how supple and soft this line is. Incredible line. This line here is, if you want long distance line that's very reliable. This is nylon, by the way, but it's super reliable as opposed to this, which is amazing line but kind of brittle and unreliable. Sometimes it can break, I feel, at only 1 pound. But this one is extremely reliable because it's nylon, very long distance because it is extremely soft, and also super low diameter. Look at this, 4 pounds, 0.138. This is a really thin line. Now, to give you an example, this Cigar fluorocarbon here, 4 pounds, is 0.165, much thicker. Now, to be honest, to be fair, this one breaks at 5 pounds. It says 4 pounds, but breaks at 5 pounds. Actually, the reason I brought a Cigar line here next to all of these VARIVAS lines that are on sale is to just juxtapose this fluorocarbon to this fluorocarbon. Fluorocarbon is meant to be very dense and very hard, low stretch and very sensitive. It's meant to be like this by description. This cigar here, don't get me wrong, I like it for what I use it, but it is just stupid stretchy. People assume that when they buy fluorocarbon it will be sensitive and will have low stretch. This line, I'm here to tell you, it just had a stupid stretch. I mean, stretch is so easy. It's like a bungee cord. As a matter of fact, the only way I use this spool right now, I don't use it for main line anywhere. It's impossible to feel anything. Sensitivity is worse than any nylon or mono that VARIVAS sells. All of these nylons or monos here have less stretch. I promise you that personally. All of these lines have less stretch than this fluorocarbon. Even though this is mono, this is nylon, and this is nylon, still less stretch, still more sensitive. As a matter of fact, the only way I use this line is as a leader because it stretches like a bungee cord. So what I do is I use this as main line to cast as far as I want, and then the top 3 feet I put this guy, 4 pound, 0.165, but breaks at 5 pound. Pretty strong line. Sensitivity is no good, stretch is high, but it's pretty strong. Put 3 feet of leader and I can catch many a bluegill before I need to retie. And this one I already told you because of, I recommend this line too because this amazing color, honey color, in my opinion honey is the color, just matches everything. You can put on any reel, the Sahara, the Old Legalis, the Sustain, any black or black and gold reel. This one will look amazing, and the properties are very similar to this line. It's not as soft as this, but it's still pretty soft and very, very low stretch. All right, folks, hopefully this video is helpful. I know many of you will browse the VARIVAS website tomorrow during the sale. So hopefully this will help some of you with their decision. Now I do have a few fish catches with this line. If you don't mind, go check those. Fish. Okay. Wow. That was a hard thumb. Fish is not big, but fish is decent actually. It was a hard thumb. 3 pound line. Should I lift it? This is not the polyester line. This is VARIVAS Fluorocarbon. The swim bait worked. I was able to cast and I was able to reach the bottom in this wind. Oh. He is 11 inches, but I already have 2 nice fish. I'm gonna let him go. Wow, this line is something else. Let me catch a few more. See if this was an accident or something. Because this thump felt good, man. Oh, fish right under the boat. Come over here, I can't even see you against the sun. I did not see this fish. I'm gonna lift him. One more, but I'm about to get out of here. One fish, maybe something nicer. Maybe, yeah. He's just a little bit nicer. I don't know. I don't think so. He's exactly the same. It's just a school of exactly the same fish. Now this nasty weather can be good for fishing, but I'm really suffering and struggling in this wind here to control the boat. It's very unpleasant. Maybe I catch 1 or 2 more fish and run to another spot that I know is protected from the wind. Snaggle. No, it's a fish on the tiny little piece of kaite. It's not even a big fish. Go back there, buddy. Fish right here. Whoa, he looks nicer. I'm gonna net him. It's not a 12, but might be 11. And he's a fatty. I don't think he's 11. I thought I'm gonna catch a lot of 12s today, but I'm not catching a lot of 12s. Nice fish, but I'm gonna let him go. All right, folks, last cast, even with a fish. I still see fish here, folks. It looks good, but the wind is beating me down. The sun is against my eyes, and I don't have sunglasses. And it's very bad. I think the sun is giving me a headache, if not something worse. So I'm gonna bail out on this spot. See, I told you there is still fish here, but I'm leaving. I'm gonna go to some spot protected from the wind a little bit, from the sun, and just relax, folks. You know how the wind has a tendency to just drain your energy. So nice. Oh, nice. Another 10.5, 11-inch crappie. I'm looking for some 12s. There's fish here, but very unpleasant. I mean, I fish here maybe an hour and a half. I haven't looked at the clock. Oh my god. Fish. What are you? Not a giant. But it's a crappie. I was afraid those fish around the column will be bluegill, but they are a crappie. Oh, he ate it. Fine. Put something new. Maybe it is easier. This feels kind of nice too. I don't want to jinx it. Yeah, just kind of nice. This one may keep. I'm gonna keep this dude. He's over 11. Come on, one good crappie. Where's my 14-incher? Well, that won't be it. Don't you get excited. That's a nice fat 10. That's a nice fat 10. Very fat 10. You're lucky you're out of my limit. Not limit, out of my slot.